don't try it at all. It's a lie. It's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh. Never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie. It's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. A lot of people think that marijuana isn't dangerous, but they're wrong. Because not only does it harm a person's body and mind, but it often leads users to try other, even more dangerous drugs. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, 'cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, there's Head. Head is here, front and center. Head is wearing a new hat today. Well, a different hat today. That hat is a lace baseball cap. It's white lace. It's been through the washing machine, God, a million times. I've even sent it through a dishwasher, and it comes out sparkly white. And it's, God, how old must it be? That hat has to be almost 50 years old. It belonged to my mom. And she wore it after she retired, she was a little old lady. And she would go out to lunch with her girlfriends. And when she'd wear this cap, she would always get complimented by the little old men in restaurants when she'd go out with her little old girlfriend. So it has fallen to me. And I wear it once in a while. It's been in a drawer and it's kind of not so white anymore. Around the sweatband, it's a little yellow. That's an old cat. I'm coming down to the end of my hat. I'm gonna start on the fascinators pretty soon. I have a couple of fascinators that my youngest daughter made because we used to, every year we would go to an annual ladies tea party, and it was produced by an old friend of hers, and every year there would be a theme. One year it was under the sea, another year it was Victorian, another year it was Moulin Rouge, and can't think of, did we have a Mad Hatter one? two, yeah. Well, anyway, I have these fascinators. I have one that looks like a big slice of cake with, a little netting, and, it's a fascinator. So Head will be sporting those here pretty soon if I can't find any more hats for Head to wear. Yeah, so you guys, okay, the title of today's stream is Robin and Chicken Hawk. I can answer that question, and my answer is possibly, because, and I finally figured this out, it's been 7 years, 2017, 5, 6, 7, it's been almost 8 years since my Wendell of the Dreads event. Wendell of the Dreads event, God, 7 years. And in my ADHD brain, it was like, a couple of years ago. And I told Eileen, I said, a couple of years ago. And I think she's hinted that it was longer than that. But anyway, I have been looking for my security camera footage of Wendell of the Dreads. And it seemed like I had them around for a really long time. And then I switched computers. And then I had to fire up my old computer once or twice to take files from it. I downloaded a program. Apparently, I did not migrate the pictures of Wendell of the Dreads from my old. I have looked everywhere. I've gone through emails. I've gone through. Okay, I have 7 thumb drives. 7 from work, from old computers, from. I went through every single one, and no Wendell. I only have one still picture of Wendell when he's taking a drill to my wall to mount my television on his 40th birthday. Yeah, so I can't find it. The only other, and I sent some of the video clips that I have of Wendell of the Dreads to friends, and I even went through my old emails and both my email accounts. I haven't, but I have not checked out my emails to Reamsey, because I sent the videos of Wendell of the Dreads to Reamsey, and he says, so what's your aim here, Robin? And I said, well, I'll get him pregnant and I'll die happy of an STD. Quite flippant of me, eh? But I haven't looked. That's the last place I can look, besides pulling out my old computer, plugging it in, hoping it'll boot one last time, and then getting the. So I'm not going to have a show and tell today, you guys. I'm so sorry. Here I had it all. Okay, I've got these thumb drives. So surely what I want is going to be on one of those many thumb drives. I have one thumb drive that's totally empty. I don't know what that's all about. The thumb drive with patient files I'm not supposed to have, so I need to erase that. And yeah, no. There you have it. I have fallen down on my duty to you guys, to my loyal viewers, and thank you guys for being here. And thank you guys for your support. I can't express my appreciation enough for the support you guys give me. You select few who part with your precious dollars. Times are hard, and we're all having a struggle here. And a lot of people more than I am, but boy, thank you. It gets me through the month. Toward the end of the month, food gets a little insecure. You're down to the last things, and then when a few dollars comes in, it means everything. So thank you, you guys. I should do a ticker tape at the bottom, thanking you guys individually. But there are a couple of people who aren't even on here. But and they're doing that. So, thank you, thank you. I don't deserve it, but I'm glad to accept. Thank you a million times. Okay, so over in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the chat. Oh, you guys have to cough. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll know later if you guys heard that, because I think I had the mic covered up. Anyway, over to the chat. John Side was first up. Hi, John. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. First up, you did that at 10:51 a.m. this morning. Beat everybody out once again. Prairie Queen, our Canadian support postmaster. There's your new title. Our Canadian support postmaster. Our favorite Canadian postmaster. Prairie Queen, thanks for being here. Prairie Queen is a crafter. She's a quilter. Yeah, she showed me this quilt she and her pals are working on, and it's just divine. And I made one quilt my whole life. No, I made two. I made two quilts. One was like a baby blanket, but it turned out to be a puppy blanket. And the other one, I ran out of steam. I got I put together some squares, and it was about 2 feet by 2 feet, and I just so I made it a footstool cover. So two things in my whole life I've ever quilted. And I don't know, I sewed. I used to sew my brains out. Used to make all kinds of stuff. My kids' clothes, my husband's work shirts, my clothes. But I never stuck with quilting. Boy, see some beautiful, intricate, precise work. See, that's the thing. I was never precise, and with quilting, that's kind of important. Otherwise, you go, that's off. Those seams and corners and everything have to be meticulous, and I don't think I was good at that. I found that I didn't want to do it. So there you have it. Okay, continuing on. Eileen Ebony, hiya. Eileen Ebony, thank you, pal, for being here. It's the middle of the night for Eileen. Okay, see. So Eileen is 8 hours ahead of me. So it's 4:00 here. So it's 8:15. The night is young. Eileen, thanks for being here on your Sunday night. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Everybody's greeting everybody. John Walkley. Hi, John Walkley, king of the weekly quizzes, the serendipity quizzes. John, I get your notices and I go, okay, this time I'm going to do it. And then there's something shiny over there, and I'm gonna get over there and do it again, because I play the New York Times little puzzles every morning. As soon as I get up, I put on the coffee and I go straight to the New York Times little puzzles, like Wordle and connections and strands and the mini crossword and all those whatever the categories are. Maybe that's connections. I don't know. But anyway, and then I go on to other things, and then I don't come and do your quiz. You guys, the serendipity quiz every week, John Walkley puts it on. He does a lot of hard work. He's a good guy for doing that. And it's fun as heck. And sometimes it's really hard. And sometimes you have to be reduced to Googling the answer. And John says that's perfectly fine. It's okay to even give somebody else's answer. Participation is key, much like the YouTube games on the internet. Right? Yeah, so anyway, okay, scrolling down some more. I'm scrolling down some more. Everybody's getting ready for spring. Boy, I sure am. Oh, Eileen said you heard my cough. It sounds ladylike. Okay, John says, if I ever get a horse as a gift, the first thing I'll do is look in its mouth to see what all the fuss is about. And that's from the horse's mouth. Okay, so I'm coughing again. I couldn't think of what I was doing. Okay, that's over. Um, I think our air quality here where I am is not so cool. Of course, duh. Half of California burned up. Of course, the air quality is not going to be great. But boy, I've had my eyes have been watering and uh, runny nose, post nasal drip, lots of running of the nose. You go to bend over to maybe pick up something, and whoop, suddenly your nose is running, and it might even hit the floor a couple of drops. Surprise, your nose is running. With no warning. Holy shit. And I've had this cough. And I, kind of pay attention to that because the last time I couldn't stop coughing, I was having a heart attack. A little tip for you guys: if you're up around in your 70s, hell, even younger than me, if you have an unexplained cough, and for no reason, like you don't have a cold, you haven't been sick, a non-productive cough, give your doctor a little ringy and say, I can't stop coughing, and see what they say. Yeah, or don't. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. People, have mentioned giving advice over the years, and I said, my only advice is, never give advice. Never take it. I've never taken advice my whole life. Okay, I have to cough again, you guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the difference with this cough and a heart attack precursor is that this is sort of a productive cough. I don't need to be gross. I'm not going to get any more descriptive than that. But yeah, this is a productive cough, so that's good. But and now my nose is running. So yeah, air quality here is 6. And I've got, because it's cold, I have, my windows closed. So it's not like all that shit's coming in here, but I can get down in any old way. So anyway, so I will, what, I'll probably maybe do a part 2 of Is Robin a Chicken Hawk? Because damn it, I want to find those videos. You wait till you see Wendell. You got wait till you see 6'5" string bean, rough and tumble looking guy with dreads, probably a cocaine addict, dangerous looking. Yeah, you guys take a gander at that and see if you don't get your 1 or 2 of your chimes ringed. Yeah, so that's my mission for the next week, except for Tuesday. I am having my appointment on Tuesday, February 4th, for getting ready to do cataract surgery. I'm scared and excited, and cataract surgery. Holy shit, you guys, I haven't seen clearly in years. And I was driving around like this before I finally gave up my car. But I have the last few years I was driving, I could not read street signs. Leaves on trees just looked like just green fluff waving around in the breeze. So it'll be neat. A friend of mine just had one eye done, and she says, it's a breeze, you're in and out, no problem, done deal. And my health plan provides rides to doctor's appointments. If you guys are on Medicare, you can choose a health plan called SCAN, SCAN, SCAN. And gosh, I've been in the hospital, no charge. Doctor visits, no charge. Medications, no charge. And I have a transportation card. And they give you a food allowance card and not food allowance, a health aid allowance card, for the drugstore so I can get calamine lotion or Azo for bladder health. And, but anyway, I can call up Monday morning and schedule my ride. They'll take me up my doctor's appointment and bring me home. No charge. But I'll probably have to, I'll tip the person, of course. But so I have to have cash. I got to remind myself to get cash to tip my medical transport fellow person program. Yeah. So anyhow, that's what else? What other kind of news? Oh, the reason I was so late today, so late, a couple of minutes late, I was having a nap. I got up really early, had tea, and I had breakfast, and then I had another breakfast. And then I smoked a little devil's cabbage, and then I thought, okay, I got a couple hours. I think I'll lay down. So I wake up, 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go live. The phone rings, of course, and it's Jane Jetson, one of my neighbors. Jane is calling, hey, what are you doing today? Well, I was napping. Well, never even acknowledges the fact that but I'm glad she woke me up. Or no, I was already sort of awake, and then the phone rang. Oh God, it's showtime. Phone's ringing. So anyway, I was napping, got a call from Jane Jetson. They're having a big party over there today. Hope I get some birthday cake. They always send me stuff, which is neat. We bring each other food. If I cook a big deal and I have a lot, I'll tell her, send George Jetson over, and I send them stuff. And then they send me stuff, and hey, you got an onion? Yeah, got an onion. Got any sugar? Yeah. So it's that kind of a neighbor. So it's really cool. Yeah, the Jetsons, they're very retro, very, very, very retro. The Jetsons are. She doesn't wear anything but little dresses with her bare ass, her legs hanging out. She wears dresses, even when it's cold. She wears little dresses, very fashionable, very fashionable. But always little dresses. She only sleeps in Lance nightgowns, very feminine. Yeah, the Jetsons, they're cute as heck. Yeah, but we all have our flaws, do we not? Yeah. And we all get real judgy when we get older. So anyway, you guys, Wendell of the Dress. Wendell, okay, shall I start the story? I'll start the story. Okay, back after I moved in this apartment, it went up for sale. This apartment compound went up for sale. Millions and millions of dollars. It's so it was sold. New owners came through here and saw all this property and went, if we take down some trees, we'll be able to build some more buildings and have more income. This is an investment. After all, we want it to pay. Logic. So they started in prep for new buildings. They had to retrofit things like plumbing in the existing buildings to be able to stand different pressure. Conduits, electrical had to be established and redone, and just all kinds of stuff. Old apartments were fitted with washer dryer outlets. Did they include a washer dryer? No, that'll be another $1,000 a month more tacked onto your rent, please. No, thank you. I'll pay for laundry. And I don't do $1,000 a month worth of laundry. I can get by easily if I was regular, $30 a month, tops $40 a month. If you include bedding and stuff. So No logic in that anyway. So they started at one end of the complex and I'm at the other end of the complex. And so all this construction was going on. There was dirt and dust and skip loaders and backhoes and all go beep, beep, beep. Oh, lots of smoke belching, big men equipment moved around for a couple of years. 3 years, I think it took from start to finish. But there was a construction crew, and there was a construction crew foreman. Oh, be still my heart. Okay, yeah, so prior to your apartment being up for, retrofitting, which meant you had to move furniture, you had to, at times, depending on your configuration of your walls and stuff in relation to the plumbing, you had to move out of your bedroom. Some people were compensated. They were given like another apartment. If it was too disruptive, it was a case by case basis. So prior to your being, the next apartment to be torn apart and disrupted, they send this team of management from the management office of the apartments and a couple of and city inspector, construction guy. It was very nice. It was very well done. They come to my door and I open it and they're here to tell me what to expect. In walks three gentlemen of not questionable sexual, but okay, it was three Fripps and Clint Eastwood. Okay, in walks this group of men, three of them, certainly not an old lady's type, but then the last one to come in was 6'5", Wendell of the Dress, wearing his hard hat and his orange vest. He took off his hard hat. And I would try not to stare at this big, lanky guy. And the little guys are, they're explaining what to do. And we're, we're good. But from that moment on, the crews started coming through here. I had my security cam, so I could watch them while I was at work. If I wanted to, I could check in and see what was going on. So that for several months, Wendell and his crew were here every day. And, we would talk when I would be home. I would get home and they would just be finishing up. So I'd get to talk to Wendell every day. And on weekends, then too. So we would start talking and one time he came and I had something in the crock pot and we talked about food. And so I said, "You like lamb?" So, yeah. So I made a rack of lamb one day and said, "Hey, come back at this time." I said, "Cooking rack of lamb." So he came for dinner. And he came for dinner again. And he, okay, what did I serve? Tacos at one time. Did I do hummus and pita? Can't remember. But okay, and so and he was delighted to know that I too enjoyed an occasional smoke, and so we would do that after dinner. Yeah, and we talk. And it was just the best time of my life. And every time when he'd get to leave, he would hug me goodbye. I mean, here I'm 5'3". Here's Wendell of the Dress, 6'5", and he's hugging me like he'd hug his grandma. But oh my God, Okay, and he would smell the top of my head, and he would talk and thank you for dinner. You're great. This was great. And it, I can't. You guys, if that doesn't give me the backward flippies, I just made that up. I don't know. I didn't know how to describe that feeling. But yeah, and one time uh, he was visiting and we were talking trash. Can't tell you what we were talking about because not supposed. We were talking about perhaps weapons one might use for defense, and it was kind of show. Anyway, hugged me one time and to the top of my head, and he says, "You're an old woman." Here's, you don't say that to your grandma, Wendell, but boy, did I love it. And he was telling me one time about this surfing accident he had, about this scar he had on his leg, and he was standing up. And I know in my heart that if I had said, Casey, he would have dropped trout. He would have shown me, it was like it was up to me because, these days, a guy can't just, grab you. Well, it wasn't advisable back when it was so common, but yeah, so I could have, I could have all those hugs. And one time I was like walking through the kitchen and I stopped to put something on the counter and he came up behind me and just stood there like, Miracle's almost touching up behind me. He was looking at my refrigerator magnets and he says, have you been all those places? And he was like, right behind me. And I went ahead and okay, I haven't been there. I haven't been there. Haven't been there. People traveled and came to me, but he was right behind me and holy shit. Yeah. So that carried on. I was having the time of my life and I had my imagination went wild. I kept plotting out these different scenarios. Okay, what would I do to like do that little that icebreaker? What would I? And so I devised all of these imaginary conversations and how they'd go and what the next thing would be. I'd say what would we do? Okay, lights on or lights off? I mean that can. So I was sharing the Wendell story with my boss, and I told her. I said, "Oh," and she was tickled. She thought it was one of the funniest things ever, and she laughed at my stories. And I told her, I said, God, I've got like 3 chapters of soft porn already in my head because I have all these vignettes that I would imagine, and things I'd say, things he'd say, things I'd do. And I had the time of my life, you guys. I had the time of my life. It was so fun. But I got to show you, boy, I've got a head on, I've got a almost a full view of him on my security camera, and he's walking through my kitchen door. Yeah, and there are a couple of videos with sound when he was putting up my television. I was sitting in the living room, we were talking, I was watching him put up my television. He had all the things laid out, all the parts laid out on my coffee table, and he was, sorting things and and he bent over with his back to me, and I almost fell out of my chair because here I turned around, here was his butt, and it wasn't a substantial butt, skinny, sinewy little butt, but it was Wendell's butt, and he had his back to me, and he bent over, and there was 5 feet away, Wendell's butt. I was looking at Wendell's butt. I have a video of that. Boy, I've got to find those because I sent those, and I even tried to get into my old account. It was originally called a drop cam. But it's not on this computer. The drop cam is now called Nest. Nest bought out drop cam. So then it stopped supporting my hardware and it says, hey, for this much a year, we'll reinstate you with even more features. No. But anyway, somewhere there is footage of me and Wendell in my living room while he's putting up my TV. And yeah, and I have audio of him sitting here at my table and we're smoking and talking and having a nosh. And yeah, just really, really delightful. Redneck guy, old-timey kind of a roughneck kind of a construction guy stuck in his ways. He was daddy's boy. And he had the viewpoint of his daddy, and he was tough and never change your mind, always dig your heels in, stick by your guns. It was that kind of an asshole, kind of a redneck guy, but oh my God, so attractive. And he had teeth. Dear Lord, he had like big white teeth. Yeah. So that's my Wendell story with no show and tell. I'm so disappointed. Now I'm going to be obsessed with finding. I even went back through the email from a late friend, my friend Deb, my last best friend to die. Anyway, I had shared Wendell with her, and I went back and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any emails with attachments. Right, Okay, so when next we meet, you guys, next Sunday, I'm going to have come hell or high water. I'm going to have the footage of Wendell of the Dreads, my flight of fancy, my old lady crush, my bizarre event with, the time I almost finally once again saw Dick. Almost. I could have. I could have. I don't even know if that guy's still alive. It's been 7 years, you all. And I look back, just a couple of years ago. But no, it's been 7 years. It was back when I was working. And I'd come home from the office and, so I came home looking like a pretty nice looking old lady. Come from the office, there'd be Wendell. Yeah. And at the end of his day, he'd go out to his truck, take off his hard hat, take off his shoes, put on these cute little flip-flops, and then he'd come back to my apartment and we'd have dinner. Yeah. So fun. And then the construction job ended. He came back once. He drove all the way up here from Long Beach because that's where he lives. Came back one last time. And I can't remember what I fixed for food. But yeah, that one last time. And then never saw him again, never heard from him again. And, his construction crew had another job. So anyway, that was great. It was great. Had the time of my life. Okay, so I've been on here talking about absolutely nothing. Okay, so I am going back over. Okay, so I'm scrolling up because I missed. Okay, Psychic Dash done the Vampire Slayer. Hi, Dash. You're gonna Groundhog's Day. You back. Prairie Queen. Okay, Eileen says about cataract surgery. They were in and out in 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, Psychic Dash and the Vampire Slayer says we are repeating this day together. Repeating Groundhog Day. And Prairie Queen has been enjoying her day. How lovely. And Saki Dashton the Vampire Slayer says, we're repeating it until it's fully enjoyed. Okay, John asked Prairie Queen what was the best bit of your day. And Prairie Queen says, getting all of my chores done before noon, watching the sunshine after the blowing snow ended. Oh, I'll bet that was just beautiful, Prairie Queen. Okay, so Prairie Queen, so is Head actually called Wendell? I should call him Head Wendell, huh? I should call, okay, for the next show, when I'm going to name Head Wendell. And it is, I'm going to have show and tell. I'm going to show you guys Wendell. Okay, Psychic Dashton says, I got Pocahontas Barbie a boyfriend and he looks 1800s, looking like he's Beauty and the Beast prince. Dashie, what you do with your Barbies and stuff, and you know, it's a transformative experience to say the least. You are such a hoot. Okay, so Eileen Ebony says you could have spent time and not bumped uglies. Oh, how poetically put, Eileen. Bumping uglies. I haven't heard that expression in a minute. Yeah, we did spend time. We did spend time, and it was delightful. And we would talk about his past girlfriends and the one that just left him what the day before his birthday or something like that. Anyway, we told him all about that stuff. And yeah, so so John Walkley coming back through saying on a New York subway you get fined for spitting, but you can vomit for nothing. Where's the consistency in that? I know you can puke and make a bigger mess, and that's okay. What an upside down world we live in. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you guys with some more words of wisdom at the end of this show. I'm going to be running out of words of wisdom because it takes wisdom to come up with words of wisdom. I'm a little short on that suit. But I was just, where was I yesterday? And I made a little note about things we don't have anymore here in the US. There are food items that became obsolete, recipes that nobody uses anymore. Just, clothing brands, things that, we knew and loved but are no more. Bath soap. And I don't know what got me started thinking of the bath soap that I grew up with, and I never see it anymore. Okay, first one, Dial soap. Dial soap. It was like one of the first deodorant soaps. Dial soap. It was orange. It was Dial soap. And backward it spelled Laid. So there was this joke about Dial soap. If you use Dial soap, you get what it says backward. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, Dial soap. It didn't really smell all that great. It had a little masculine scent to it. Dial soap. Another one, Lifebuoy. Lifebuoy soap. That was like for He-Man. That was another deodorant soap, I believe. Lifebuoy for manly men, for rough and tumble men, for a man's man. Lifebuoy. Also, there was I don't know if it's still around. Maybe for like mechanics and stuff, you can get it on Amazon. Lava soap. Lava. Lava soap. It had pumice in it. It was rough, but boy, it could get old grease off your hands if you were a car mechanic. Yeah, it would get hair dye from around your fingernails and cuticles. Lava soap. I remember lava soap, and it would exfoliate your calves. It would exfoliate your skin, but it was kind of drying too because of the pump. Yeah, Lifebuoy. Another one. Okay, another one. Sweetheart soap. Sweetheart soap. I do believe it came in an oval shape with flowers around the edges on one side, Sweetheart soap. Also, Cashmere Bouquet soap. My mom always used to get Sweetheart soap and Cashmere Bouquet soap after she left my dad. My parents got divorced when I was 12. So my mom, my sister, and I moved into this little duplex. And I remember things that really stood out is number one, we were always out of toilet paper. And I would always have to run down to the corner and get some, a couple rolls of toilet paper. And we used Sweetheart soap and Cashmere Bouquet soap. The smell had the floral scents. Cashmere Bouquet. I haven't smelled those since I was little. Yeah. Okay, so Lifebuoy Cashmere Bouquet, Camay. Camay, did I mention Camay? It was made with cold cream, Camay, Camay soap. It was always pink, from what I understand, either pink or white, Camay. It had a cameo as its logo embedded in the front of the soap. I have a fly. How the heck did I get a fly? And where has it been all this time? I have a fly in here. Did I open my door? I did open my door this morning. Boy, he was waiting. Huh? Oh, what a pain in the ass of a fly. I can hear him. I can't see him, but I can hear him. And I have my headphones on. I can hear him through my headphones. I hope it's a fly and not anything larger. But anyway, Camay was advertised as a complexion bar for removing makeup and moisturizing. Yeah, all those. Dial, I'm sure you can still get. Lava soap. I'm sure you could get up at automotive people. Yeah. Right up there. Then wasn't there a hand soap that came in a jar? Yeah. It was like a degreaser that they had in the auto shop, a degreaser, and it was like there was a solvent in it. Degrease came in a jar. I can remember the smell. It smelled like shellac or something. Yeah. I'm wool gathering here. Okay, so okay, so I'm going up on, okay, Dash says, that's crazy. Your friend's in prison still over spitting on 2 cops. You have a friend in prison for spitting on 2 cops? Well, that'll get you some time, huh? Yeah, especially depending on where you are and who the cops are and how much they hate people. Okay, John Walkley says you can't type the word tot with 2 capital T's and 1 little O. You just did. You can type it, John. You just did. There it is, capital T, little O, capital T. Okay, Prairie Queen says, remember colored toilet paper and Kleenex. Yes. Toilet paper with patterns and Kleenex with patterns. Toilet paper with, designs on it, colored toilet. Kleenex, yeah. I remember red Kleenex. It was out very, very briefly, and they had the man-sized Kleenex, the giant man-sized Kleenex. They were like a foot by 1 foot. And now these days it's going in reverse because Kleenex is smaller. I know this for a fact. I thought at first my nose was getting bigger. Kleenex used to be, 10 by 10? Now they're 8 by 8. Bullshit. Yeah. It's only Kleenex and they're saving a tenth of a penny on a box by making them smaller. Pirates. Yeah, I do remember, but then something started happening with regulations and colorings and dyes and their safety and the carcinogen properties and dangers and yeah. But yeah, colored toilet paper and colored Kleenex was fun. I do know that there are private companies that will sell colored toilet paper. You can get purple, you can get black, you can get Halloween toilet paper, Christmas toilet paper. I remember we had a roll of Christmas toilet paper that we never used it. We always brought it out at Christmas time, put it on the spindle. Don't use the Christmas toilet paper. That's all we have. Yeah. I would like, because my bathroom is turquoise and purple. So I would love to have purple toilet paper and turquoise toilet paper. I would absolutely love it, but I wonder if it would turn your butt purple. I wonder. Well, even though there are private companies, it would still have to be regulated, I'm sure. But yeah, I'd like to. Okay, toilet paper gods. I would like to have purple and turquoise toilet paper, por favor. No, don't do that. I'd rather have people buy me a coffee so that I can support my nasty habits and buy food products. Yeah. Okay, so oh, Eileen says you buy the Christmas blue roll every year. Do you buy? We made a roll last for a long time, and then times got hard. Remember, I think the first toilet paper rush. When was it? Was it earthquake time? When years and years ago, when everybody wiped out the toilet paper, I think we hauled out the Christmas roll. Had to use it. Same with I had Christmas Kleenex, and I had that packed for years. And here during the time when I had no toilet paper, I had my own shortage. I used my Christmas Kleenex. You know, the Father Christmas on there. It was like Hallmark put out, Christmas Kleenex. It's so okay. So Dashton says, while it's unpredictable, YouTube gets you for any word, but Facebook always gets you. It's more censored now, Facebook. Yeah, boy. Yeah. And now, I got a phone call from a friend saying, what the hell, what do you think about the tariffs and that the carrot man is imposing and making all these sweeping? And I said, I can't talk. And people want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I have a dear friend up in Canada who is dying to talk to me about our past election, but I have not responded to the request to have a conversation because this person loves to talk politics. I hate it. And even though this person knows I hate to talk politics, they will start talking politics. He says, oh, I gave away the gender. Anyway, they say, okay, but just this one thing. And then like that gives them a pass to fucking talk about my country's politics when I don't want to. So if you're listening, old pal, up there in Canada, that's why I haven't responded, because I don't want to talk about that. Okay, I don't. So, but anyway, so if you want to have a conversation with me, we're not going to talk about the stuff you have no control. Call me and complain about your husband if you want. Talking to you, Jane Johnson. But if not politics. Okay. So I'm going to close out, and I'm going to close out with words of wisdom once again. Oh, and okay, join me next Sunday. I am gonna find those Wendell clips. I'm going to, and yes, indeed, I'm a chicken hawk. Okay. I wear the label proudly. I will have the T-shirt. Robin is a chicken hawk. I will, It's like the scarlet letter. I'll wear a big S on my chest. No. T for trollop, C for chicken hawk. Scarlet letter, scarlet C. Call for super chicken. Remember that cartoon? That's not around anymore either. It went the way of Camé soap and cashmere bouquet. Okay, here's my words of wisdom. And always abide by this, because I will judge you if you do not abide by this. Okay, here it is. Spread it all the way to the edge. Always remember that. Spread it all the way to the edge, whether it be mayonnaise on your lunch sandwich, whether it be butter on your toast, mustard, ketchup, relish. Spread that shit all the way to the edge, all the way to the crust. Don't go just blopping stuff right in the middle and call it a day. That ain't a sandwich. Take that stuff all the way to the edge. One of my very tiny little pet peeves, going to a restaurant, you order breakfast, your toast comes, and there's just a little swat of butter already melted in the middle of your toast. No chance of spreading it any further, like to the edges where I want it. No. So, people with that butter brush at the counter when you're getting the plates ready for your customers, take that shit, swab it all the way to the edge of that toast, not just in the middle. What's the point? And that leads me to another thing about I love me a Jewish deli. The food is hearty and plentiful and delicious and perfect. A Jewish deli, matzo ball soup can send you into orbit. Yes. But deli sandwiches, that just totally makes my brain go crazy. The big wad of meat they put in a deli sandwich, you've got your rye bread, your pumpernickel bread, and they put this big giant wad in the middle of the sandwich, and you've got, your coleslaw, all the pickle, all that stuff, but big wad of meat. It looks like Mount Vesuvius getting ready to blow. Spread. So I deconstruct my deli sandwich. I open it up and I take about half the meat out. That comes home with me for a couple more sandwiches. I spread the meat out all the way to the edges of the sandwich. So you get meat with every single bite. You know what I mean? That's important. There you have it. You can take that to the bank. So, oh dear, who could that be? Okay, that's Jane Judson telling me that. There's just the other party. I don't know what she wants. I am not answering it. Okay, I'm supposed to swipe up. I'm not going to swipe up. I'll call her back. But anyway, the timing was almost perfect, though. I was almost done. So, okay, so the bank is closed. It's Sunday. Oh, Genocide says Mario Heat. What made you think of Mario Heat, John? Oh, there's Mario Heat. Oh, hi, Mario Heat. Oops, were your ears burning, you handsome hunka Canadian? Good to see you. I was just closing out. Okay, so I'm coming clean. That's why I haven't said, okay, let's talk Mario Heat, because I don't want to talk about politics. Otherwise, I love you, Mario Heat. I really do love you. But one day we will talk. But you have to promise me you're not going to bring up politics, because it gives me hives. Yeah, that's so funny. I'm talking about Mario Heat, and he shows up after not showing up for a long time. He happens to show up today when I'm talking about it. Oh, and thanks for calling me girl, Mario Heat. Oh, you silver tongue little devil, you little cutie pootsy. Okay, so I'm going to end this. No, I'm not going to play us out or anything. Next Sunday head will be renamed Wendell of the Dreads. I might even, nah, I'm not going to do his makeup. Can I put great big teeth? Nah. Okay, you guys, I'm checking out. I love you all dearly. I love you dearly. And thank you again, everybody, for clicking the buy me a coffee to support my horrible habits. Um, but, I'm old, so I can do whatever I want. But thank you for fostering that. I love you guys. I'm going to end the stream. Show up with me next Sunday for more fun and frolic and paralyzing boredom. Okay. I love you all. Okay. Bye.